Hi guys, Crypto Mark back in the original garage spot. I haven't done a video for quite a while. Apologies about that. I've been sort of busy with other things, but I thought it was prevalent to do a video now. There's hysteria starting to kick in. I'm sure you can feel it and see it everywhere. Um, exactly as predicted. The news, the mainstream media are reporting on crypto more. Twitter's full of it. Google searches are up on crypto. Yeah, it's getting to the point of starting to go crazy, in my opinion. And it's exciting, but it's also daunting if you don't know what's happening. There's lots and lots and lots of mixed messages everywhere you look. You can find on YouTube, and YouTube is fantastic for content, and for any particular people that you follow on there that talk about crypto, it's brilliant. But by and large, there's very much conflicting information because crypto, like everything, is a game of opinion. You know, one person's channel might be focused towards XRP, somebody else's might be focused towards something else. And it's not that they're pushing their narrative. I suppose it is a little bit, but they're talking about what they are highly convicted in, and that stands to reason. That makes sense. So I guess I'm targeting this video a little bit more at new people coming into the space. I've done quite a few videos about new people coming in, the mindset, all those sorts of things, how you need to sort of be structuring yourself. And I just wanted to touch a little bit on where you're looking. Obviously, you can look at YouTube and find the influencers that you like, but just don't. What I would encourage is just don't take somebody's opinion as read. Have a good, diverse look around. So if you're searching for is XRP going to $10, also search for is XRP going to nil, for example. Try and get a happy medium, balanced view formulated for yourself, rather than just blindly following. And I'm not saying anyone's sort of silly enough to blindly follow somebody else. I'm not suggesting that, but it's quite easy to get caught up in the hype and the mindset. And you get that confirmation bias. If you do see something saying XRP is going to $10, and then you see another video saying 15 or 12, and then that builds in your mind, maybe even subconsciously, to the point where you're FOMOing, and that's not the way to do it. Which is fear of missing out. That's what that stands for. When basically you're jumping in two-footed and you're putting more than you potentially want to put in. And yeah, that's how you can kind of get yourself into a little bit of trouble. So look, by all means, at all of the YouTube people, creators, influencers, whatever you want to call it. Try and just be your own person, though. Really, I would say. And it's a lot of a guessing game. I'll be honest with you. I didn't see so much XRP and XLM and your H bars like pumping as much as they've done in such a short space of time, and I don't think many people did. Well, not in the circles I was looking in. So maybe this is a message to myself as well, because no doubt there is a lot of content creators on YouTube saying that XRP is going to wherever. Like I'm talking a few months ago, even in the bear market, where I didn't think necessarily that it was. I thought it was too top heavy with people who have been in for a long time and have got huge bags that could potentially dump. And now it's a little bit, I think all bets are off with crypto now. I honestly think since the ETFs have come out, the way crypto is playing out is just completely different to what anybody could have predicted, really, with any sort of accuracy. I think all bets are off, and things can go absolutely wild that maybe people thought couldn't, like your XRPs, like your H bars, like your XLMs. That was dubbed, like older cryptos, older tech sort of thing. And the narrative sometimes is the newer cryptos are the ones that'll do the most pumps, and I'm not necessarily sure that that's the case now as it's being proved. So I think maybe the best approach. I'm going to make a video in the next couple of days, and I'm going to put out some of the tokens I've got. Well, most of the tokens I've got. I've mentioned before I've got lots of tokens where I've got like $20 and $30. I'm going to put out a video about the ones I've got bigger bags of, so the higher conviction plays. And I'm just going to dox that, like talk about it and sort of justify why, and then yeah, just go from there. Because sometimes I think I'm just a little bit wishy-washy with I've got this, I've got that, and it's difficult to understand where you're trying to plot your path without other people that you watch like probably confusing you even more, like what I'm doing. So yeah, I just wanted to dox a few coins and just say, look, this is why I've got this and for this reason, and then maybe just things that people haven't thought about considering. Fundamentally, I guess I would say I've got some of the bigger coins on the bigger chains, like your Shiba Inu, some Brett, some what else top of my head, Turbo on ETH. I'll talk a little bit more as well about sort of where you buy things and fees and such like, because they can be crippling, and especially if you're making decent chunks, you don't want to be giving tons away in fees unnecessarily. Yeah, and some of the chains that haven't done as much lately, even Tron, Ton, and everyone knows I'm a huge advocate of Toncat, and there'd be no surprises to anybody on here that knows me or that's watched before to hear that Toncat is my biggest holding on Ton. Goes without saying. And I think if you've got them blue chips, then you probably can't go too far wrong. Shiba Inu I've held since its highest point. Basically held the bag all the way back down. It's going back up, so round trip in the bag, that's what that's called. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on, it's the mindset-y sort of things. It's exciting at the minute when the hype is starting to kick in. It's going to go into overdrive, the hype machine. It's also a little bit daunting. It's also a little bit scary. If you see like a really small bag turn into a much bigger bag, I don't know what your senses are of how much money you've ever had, but people can be having more money on paper than they've probably ever had in the bank, very quickly, and that's how quick it can turn. So it's that kind of, what do I do? And how do you keep your feet on the floor? And that sort of element of things. So yeah, just a relatively short video. Just maybe between now and, well, it's getting to the point where you kind of need to have a plan now. You need to know where you're going, what you want to do, what you want to achieve. On-ramping and off-ramping also is a critical piece that I'm not sure that I think might be a secondary thought, but it needs to be a primary thought really. Myself, I've opened a different exchange this past week, Kraken. Took ages to get the ID verified, and that just highlights the fact that they've been that busy. It took about 10 days for the ID to be verified, driving license. And normally, in the bear market, I was opening up all these exchanges and they're ready in 5 minutes, and it literally took like 10 days. I even had to message the live chat to jockey them on, chase them up. But yeah, so I'm thinking, I've got like crypto.com, for example. What if when things are really busy and people are sending funds back to there from decentralized exchanges potentially, or cold storage places, to then sell them and convert the money into something else, or into fiat back to your bank or whatever, those sites can get very congested and can basically go down, have like outages for however amount of time. That can be stressful. So sort of lining yourself up with a backup or a couple of backups, so an Uphold. I don't know where you are in the world, but I'm in the UK. You can probably tell from your accent. So crypto.com is a good one. Coinbase is a good one. Kraken is the one I've recently opened. I've got Uphold. So there's plenty of options, and also there's options in terms of whether you use the normal app or you use the pro version of the app, because the pro version will give you better exchange rates potentially. Certainly does in the UK. Crypto.com, for example, if you use the exchange, you get better exchange rates. And it might not seem like that much, and people might not be bothered. Look, if you're making like 5,000 cashing it out, or 10,000 or whatever, and you're paying 100 versus 300, it's not the end of the world, I guess. Probably not that bothered. But it's one of them, and you might as well have it in your pocket just for like just checking out and working out how you do it. What's the best approach really beforehand? So it's just lining your ducks up, I suppose, beforehand, so that you kind of know where you're at. Because the last thing that I want to happen, and I've been waiting for this bull run, for like everybody, for 3-4 years, whatever it's been. The last thing I want to happen is to freeze, like in an exam situation, freeze on the spot, or in a quiz and not know the answer and struggle and then lose out on something. And so I need to have everything kind of planned out, so I know for the best part what I'm doing. Where to cash out is a different story in terms of what level, how high things are going to go. I freely admit I sold some XRP last year, made a little bit on it, but then it would have been 5 or 6 times more, like everybody now. But you kind of beat yourself up on that, really? I suppose you just got to go with your best design at that time, what your best thought is, and just go with what you've made your bed sort of situation. And yeah, you can't win at everything. That's going to be the thing. There's tokens that I haven't picked up on, and like one's getting listed on Coinbase, and it's like flew up loads amount today. Hummed and hard about it. Thought I was too thinly spread, and you're going to get that. You will get that. You can't catch every star, unfortunately. But the good thing about a crazy bull run that's coming, in my opinion, not financial advice, do your own. I'm not trying to whip up a mass hysteria, although it may or may not sound like I'm coming across that way, but it's not my intention to sort of get anybody to FOMO into anything. Do your own research, please. But yeah, if things go crazy, it's all bets are off, like I say, but it'll go higher than what it is, most likely, with the exception of a couple maybe, but most things will do well. So it's that old saying, isn't it, about time in the market? It's time in the market. So if you're in the market, you're building, you're grinding, you're looking at charts, you're watching content, you're looking at the news, you're looking at the various different X posts and X accounts that you may follow. I don't think you can probably go too far wrong. People could potentially even just buy things, sell things willy-nilly, try and make a mess of it and still make money. That's literally like the situation it's going to be, where I think you could sell one thing and the next thing you buy could go up. I think all things will go up, basically. So it's not a time, I wouldn't have said, for making rash decisions and jumping around from place to place. Ultimately, just have a think about why you bought what you bought, because if you own it, you obviously bought it for a reason. So that's another thing. Maybe if it hasn't pumped right now, and some other things are, is it the right thing to go and chase those things? I don't know, is the answer. People widely say that it's not the right idea, but then you could have success doing it. So I don't know, maybe you have a few different wallets like we spoke about before, different approaches where you've got longer term, medium term, short term, and maybe you've got a wallet that's just a chasing wallet where you just have X amount and you just say, right, I've got this $200, $500, whatever it is, I'm just going to jump from pillar to post until I make loads or I lose it, and until I make like a 5x, and then I'll take what I've got out, me starting money out, and then just keep going. There's no right or wrong answer. There's no right or wrong opinion. It is a game of opinions. But yeah, just try and be safe. Practice a safe security. Practice your software, your wallets, your safe wallets, where you cold storage. I couldn't think there for a minute. Blimey. I'm cold in this garage. It's freezing in the northeast of England at the minute. That's why I've got a jumper on. Yeah, practice your cold storage. Practice all your safe. You're never in that much of a hurry to make a trade. So please double check your addresses, double check you're not clicking on any bogus links. If it's too good to be true, you've won an airdrop, you've won this, send us this, we'll send you double it back. Don't do it. It's an absolute con, and you know it is. But the amount of people that still fall for these things are unreal, really. Especially now, it's probably going to be harder to identify the scams because you've got the AI. You might have, better quality cons, scams, basically. So just double, treble check everything before you press the button, because once it's gone, and that's it, as we know in crypto. Bit of a saloon sometimes, but yeah, exciting times. Looking forward to what's to come. Looking forward to checking the news every day. It's definitely really exciting, and I will put up a video on my new laptop, which I've got now, so I'll not have to be in this garage all the time. And I'll put one up with the fancy screens and the pictures of some of the players I've got. And yeah, by all means, comment. Let me know what you've got. Have you got any shining stars out there that I don't know about? Have you got any little small cryptos, that any DGM players? I'm absolutely fine with some of those as well. It's about being diversified at the end of the day. Some of the KRC 20s and Casper, I've made a couple of videos on those. Really promising. But yeah, if you've got anything that you up your sleeve, please share, like, comment, subscribe, all of those good things. I want to leave it here for now. Cheers, guys.